All right, so Donald Trump's former BLS Commissioner William Beach completely demolishes Trump's latest meltdown over the jobs report and his firing of Erika McEntarfer, exposing the hypocrisy, the deflection, and honestly, the nonstop whining whenever reality doesn't suit him. Let's watch the full clip and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
Let me just end with this. Studies show that BLS is doing a better job now than they did 20 years ago, 20 and 30 years ago, in estimating the first number. So even though it's revised 2 more times, that 73,000 will be revised 2 more times, and they're more accurate now than they were 30 years ago. So I said groundless. I don't think there's any grounds at all for this firing, and it really hurts the statistical system. It undermines credibility in BLS. Suppose that they get a new commissioner, and this person, male or female, are just the best people possible, right? And they do a bad number. Well, everybody's going to think, well, it's not as bad as it probably really is, because they're going to suspect political influence. So this is damaging. This is not what we need to have.
So a couple follow-ups for you, but let's start on the revisions piece. One of the things that the president posted about, he says this is the same Bureau of Labor Statistics that overstated the jobs growth in March 2004 by approximately 818,000 jobs, and then again right before the presidential election. Now, he's talking about the overall year in that first bigger number, right? Does he have any point here when he says that, well, things looked politically better for my opponent back at the time than they actually were?
Well, I don't think the timing is right, even if that were a good argument. The first revisions were announced, the preliminary estimates were announced in August. And in August, right in the middle of the campaign, the Democratic candidate was faced with much fewer job growths than expected. I suspect the candidate Harris would have liked to have run on 818,000 more jobs in the economy. And then the final revision came out as 600,000. And here's another thing. We always revise every year we revise the numbers. When I was commissioner, we had a 500,000 job revision during President Trump's first term. And why do we do that? Because firms are created or firms go out of business, and we don't really know that during the course of the year until we reconcile against a real full count of all the businesses. We do that once a year. Once we do the reconciliation, like reconciling your checkbook, you find out whether you've got as much money or you have less.
All right, so you listen to that, and I gotta say, it's like deja vu with Trump, isn't it? Every time something doesn't go his way, we get the same song and dance. But hearing William Beach, who was actually put in charge of the Bureau of Labor Statistics by Trump, sit there and just calmly dismantle every conspiracy theory, it's honestly a bit surreal. You'd expect Beach to maybe hedge a little, but no, he just calls it out. The BLS does its job. Numbers get revised as more data comes in. And this idea of a grand anti-Trump plot is, groundless. And the thing is, Beach isn't even being dramatic about it. He's just pointing out the basics. The BLS has been getting better at their estimates over the years. Data is always revised. It's public, it's transparent, it's literally routine. This is stuff you could explain to a high school economics class and they'd get it faster than Trump ever does. But Trump, the guy can't handle even a hint of bad news, so he immediately starts yelling about fake numbers and political sabotage. It's exhausting. Like, let's be real. When the BLS reported job growth under his watch, Trump was out there bragging, taking victory laps, hugging the flag and everything. But when the numbers aren't flattering, suddenly it's a witch hunt. He fired Erika McEntarfer for what exactly? Not being enough of a sycophant? That's his playbook. Surround yourself with yes men, and if anyone dares to bring reality into the room, just toss them out and claim you're being targeted. It's such a childish way to run a country. And while he's busy crying about deep state bureaucrats, let's remember his actual track record. Trump's big America First moves, his tariff tantrum did nothing but jack up prices and kill jobs. Farmers got screwed so badly by his trade war that taxpayers had to bail them out, $28 billion in subsidies? And did manufacturing come flooding back? Hell no, just more layoffs and higher costs. It's wild to watch him complain about unemployment numbers when his own policies push them up. Plus, look at what happened when COVID hit. The guy ignored the scientists, downplayed the virus, pushed for states to reopen too early, and then we lost over 20 million jobs in a single month. Biggest drop since the Great Depression. But of course, he never blames himself. Always the media the Democrats, or now even the people he hired to run the numbers. And honestly, the scariest part is how normal this is for him and his GOP enablers. Undermining basic facts, torching the credibility of whole government agencies just because the data hurts his feelings. It's not just bad for politics, it's bad for democracy. Because if Americans start thinking all stats are fake, who do we even trust? That's how you break a country. Anyway, it's almost funny to watch Beach try to explain reality to the MAGA crowd like shouting into a hurricane. He's got the patience of a saint. I'll give him that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.